a Toy Story guy, and it is spooky season, so I think there's an appropriate time to rank the 10 scariest moments in the entire franchise. With Toy Story being acclaimed for its horror, this was a very hard list to construct, but I think I managed to narrow it down to just the 10 most, macabre moments in the franchise. Number 10, the Black Friday Rail. The Black Friday Rail was an incredibly scary and evil storyboard rail created for the first Toy Story film, where characters such as Woody are very, very mean and scary. Hear this clip.
Hustle up! Move it! Move it! Move it! Hey, spuds for brains! What do you think you're doing? Off the bed. Hey! Off the bed!
Another thing that really helps to put this on this list is Ham's original design. What the actual freak is that? Why is he standing on 2 legs? Better question. Why is Rex so angry? Seeing Rex, the least rageful character in the entire franchise, have this expression is very distressing, so it's no wonder that this has never been shown in full. Man, I wonder who could have inspired such an evil work of fiction. Oh, that makes sense. But the true horror is that Bo Peep has a British accent, what the fuck? Number 9, Toy Story of Terror. This is a terrifying short film fittingly released on Halloween 2013, where a selection of familiar characters are confined to the cramped, grimy vents of a rundown motel in search of their missing friends who are being rounded up by a mysterious, unseen entity. This shadowy figure is later revealed to be the classic horror antagonist Mr. Jones, who works for the even more nefarious Ron, the motel manager who tries to sell Bonnie's toys on eBay. This short even has a brutal depiction of the horror of auctioning living beings, where the stolen toys from kids are lined up to be sold off to the highest bidder. Even the Aura Master himself, Transitron, is not safe from Ron's reign of terror. Luckily, the police foil his scheme and all the toys make it back safe, with Jessie even overcoming her fear of enclosed spaces, which makes this easily the best Toy Story short, but also the scariest. Number 8, Woody kills his friends. We all know that Sheriff Woody Pride's strongest character trait is his loyalty to his friends. In the Toy Story series, no matter what happens, Woody always knows to stick by his friends, his amigos, his day ones. But what if Woody wasn't like that? What if Woody left his friends? What if Woody was lost forever? That is the setup for the glorious video, Cursed Woody Sings a Song. Now I know you're thinking that this isn't official Toy Story media, but just look at this, this is very scary, so it deserves to be on the list. This esoteric descent into madness is horrifying. Every single one of Woody's former friends have left him to die in a ditch, where Sid has kept him alive and tortured him. Woody has had enough of this, so he's going to kill all of them. Yes, Sheriff Woody, the one to stick by everyone despite everything, has become Evil Woody. Imagine being Buzz in this situation. Your best friend comes back from the dead to kill you, but despite your pleas for him to calm down, you are merely met with, "Shut up, Buzz, I'll kill you." Chills. Wait a minute, what if I was lost forever? Rob was already game ending all his friends over a hypothetical. He decapitated Rocky like it was a hobby for no reason. Luckily, the long-awaited sequel has been bestowed upon us simple folk, and it is also very scary. Watching Woody massacre tons of innocent toys is messed up enough, but most scary of all, he says ass.
No!
Woody wouldn't say this, what the fuck, Aaron? He also kills Al, the best character in the franchise, what a dick. Number 7, I Don't Want to Play With You Anymore scene from Toy Story 2. Back to the official media for a second here, and to be honest I still think that this scene is unsettling at the very least. From the fact that this scene kind of comes out of nowhere, I mean the only hint of something being off is that all the playing cards are the same, which most people won't process. To the very robotic way that Andy starts speaking once he remembers that Woody's arm is ripped, and of course those fucking arms. No joke, I still think that Woody falling into a bin in some strange infinite void space where a collection of arms in the bin combine to snatch Woody and pull him to the bottom as he screams for Andy only for the lid to be placed on him is uncomfortable to watch. Great scene though. Number 6, do not listen to the Toy Story 4 soundtrack in reverse at 3 AM. In this avant-garde psychological horror, we witness two friends, Mike and Nick, listen to the Toy Story soundtrack in reverse at 3 AM. Okay, so apparently You Got Friend of Me is the song with the hidden demonic messages, but we can't listen with them because of YouTube copyright, so we just gotta trust Mike on this one. I mean, why wouldn't you trust a man who played Granny at 3 AM? So they just start listening and Mike hears something.
I think I heard Please let me die in peace.
Mike, my man, there is no way you just heard that. Okay, fair enough. They start listening more when suddenly the lights go out and Nick is gone. After some extensive searching, Mike stumbles into the basement where the light turns off again. Then he says this.
I need to go in that room. I need to turn the power back on because I can't do this video with all the lights out.
Yeah, my friend is missing and I need to find it, but more importantly, I can't film this video if all the lights are off. He finds Nick in the boxing room. He is still slouched over, and once he awakens from this strange state, he is clueless as to what's happening. They go back to listening, and it starts to sound like that one secret evil song in Cuphead. There is a knock at the door, and what do you do when someone unknown knocks on your door at 3 AM? Well, you open it, of course. No one is there, so they get back to listening, and Satan's name is uttered, which they are mildly annoyed about. But then, a mysterious package arrived at my door. Inside was a toy I'd never heard of before. Woody is brought out of the packaging and Mike pulls a string.
It has like this right here.
Hey, you got a friend in me, pal.
Dude, what the hell? Bro, let's just say you've got a friend in me, bro. What the hell? There's no way it just said that.
Why are they so baffled? At this point, Mike shows mercy on us by ending the video. There's probably a follow-up, but I'm not watching one of these again. I don't care, fuck you. Number 5, The Fate of Al McWiggin. Okay, this one may not actually be all that scary, but Al is my favourite character in the franchise, and I am and always have been worried about what he's up to after the events of the second film. So Al finally completes his Woody's Roundup collection of literally all the merchandise and everything, and he secures his big deal with the Kanishi Toy Museum for potential millions. But unfortunately for Al, the toys are all gone by the time he lands in Japan. He loses his chance at mega fortune and is sent home crying during his latest advertisement. It's just hard to see your idol in a rough spot, you know. Number 4, Toy Story U. Okay, so I've talked about the Troll Pass of Toy Story U in the past, and that was pretty fun, so I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to read the sequel. Listen, Toy Story was an incredible franchise. Was, you say? That's right, fellow Disney. I burst black and shit upon my walls, as you are no doubt doing now, upon discovering that the Toy Story franchise is, in fact, capable of ruination. The horror of Toy Story U had barely left me when I discovered something that turned my shit to rock and rubble. Do you remember Toy Story U from 123movies.com? Well, to my shock and horror, I discovered a second Toy Story U at 3 AM. Just the title alone triggered violent flashbacks, causing me to burn a 2-foot hole through my bed with an ass explosion of sheer terror. The film opens on Ducky with no eyes hanging in a dark fucking shack spinning on a rotisserie to a fucking awful cover of Rigoletto. A worm crawls out of his ass. Suddenly several worms start fucking exploding out of Ducky to some shit ass death metal overcut with Lil Wayne's breathing as the scene zooms out. We cut some old fuck at a yard sale trying to scam people out of money. That's right, the scene transition literally cuts him on the cheek. He handed a Spider-Man toy to some kid, said look what he can do, and started shaking the toy violently, popping Spidey's head clean off as champagne came bursting out. The kid screamed. We suddenly cut to a bunch of people in Toy Story suits dancing around a fucking fire to this intense ritualistic chanting music. The guy in the buzzsuit suddenly injected heroin into his ass and leapt into the fire as the music intensified into opera. We randomly cut to a very real looking depiction of the house from Up crashing in midair on a cliff and everything falling out of the fucking side. We see Carl scream with this red fucking overlay as the footage abruptly cuts out mid-tumble. The shitty rap music of the Up theme on horns plays. We suddenly see incredibly low quality footage of a man dressed as Poe from fucking Kung Fu Panda dropping a box of Hefeweizen beer all over the fucking floor, sending him slipping and sliding down a flight of stairs while yelling fuck. Anime credits play. We hear a gunshot and Mr. fucking Incredible comes marching up the stairs to this stupid sounding villain music with his gun labelled furry convention. We then cut to a red Buzz Lightyear standing in front of the shack from the beginning. We can clearly read the name on the shack. Shack Sinestro. Red Buzz opens the door and out come all these fucked up looking toys, including one that I'm pretty sure was just a fucking bag with shitty evil eyes drawn on. "It is time," said Buzz in a horribly edited in Indian American accent, "for revenge." We see Woody slapping Bo's plastic ass loudly to some loud fucking rap and rearing his head back and whooping before looking up at the screen and saying, "Oh fuck." We then see Mr. Potato Head on a shelf watching some girl take her clothes off. He suddenly starts moaning and saying, "Oh shit, oh yeah," over and over again. The girl screams, grabs Mr. Potato Head and throws him out the window. Mr. Potato Head files for divorce. Mr. Potato Head starts rolling through the grass with no arms or legs to that fucking ludicrous rollout song. We see some old lady watching Mr. Potato Head fall down the hill. "Oh man, Lord, it's Dr. Phil," she says. Mr. Potato Head smacks into Shaq's Sinestro, nearly dies and swears allegiance to Red Buzz in Syrian Arabic as the ISIS flag faintly appears in the background. We see Ducky and Bunny plush rushing a hospital and unplugging all the life support machines when suddenly the worm-infested Ducky comes crashing through the window. Gaster's theme from fucking Undertale began to play as the game's titled text box appeared and declared that if two Duckies are ever in the same place for too long, the universe would implode. We cut back to Woody, who smacks Bo Peep's ass so fucking hard her legs falls off. Suddenly Red Buzz and the Sinestro gang appear behind Woody. Woody turns around slowly, Glock in hand. "Shoot for the U," he declares as he blows Red Buzz to bits, causing realistic blood and guts to spray everywhere to fucking Deus by Echozen. We cut to Lightning McQueen barreling through a senior living centre and running everyone over to the fucking Invader Zim theme song at an ungodly volume. McQueen yells, "Szechuan sauce!" in an obviously slowed down voice before fucking flattening some Bernie Sanders looking fuck. We see Duke Kabuma at McDonald's. Suddenly he sees Richon. Richon turns around, but it's a fucking angry ass man who smacks Duke off the counter. The end appears, and dripping red chiller. Number 3, Slime Time. Now, Toy Story 2 Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue is a fantastic game with great level design, slick and responsive movement, the best soundtrack in video game history, but also fucking terrifying character designs. In level 4 construction yard, you need to scale this building site multiple times. First to get something from Mr. Potato Head so that you can get the disc launcher upgrade. The second time is so you can fight this thing. A sentient jackhammer with a very off-putting angry face endlessly charging at you and firing red hot screws. You're stuck with your disc launcher and a drop below that feels endless after all the progress you've made. It is actually a pretty scary boss when you're young and trash at games, which I guess I've never really moved past, to be honest. These shield-wielding soldiers of Zerg that appear in some levels who charge at you whenever you get close are also pretty scary, especially when you don't know how to kill them, which was the case for me for some time. The spin move isn't really used much, especially when they made the laser so effective and satisfying at dealing with enemies. But the one part of this game which has always stuck with me the hardest is level 6, Slime Time. This is the second boss level of the game. At this point the bosses you face are as follows: a toy robot, a kite, a toy plane and a sentient jackhammer. A little strange towards the end, but still tangible. The level opens here, in this desolate dead-end alley. The only sounds are from the rain and the occasional roar of thunder. Buzz has no choice but to roam forwards, and he soon finds this thing. A strange slime monster emerges from a bin. Its body has many miscellaneous items floating within it. It hops around and sometimes stops to throw a homing slime ball projectile at Buzz. The way that you beat the boss is by using your laser to shrink it back down to a pile of sludge where a cutscene would trigger if it re-emerging at an even larger height whilst laughing creepily. Do this 5 times and the monster is defeated. It is such a strange boss, with an eerie design and taking place in a creepy cramped area that makes it stand out to me so much despite having not played the game for years and years. Every other boss in the game was a toy, except the jackhammer, but that's also a real world object, not this slimy abomination. Like, why is this in the fucking game? Number 2, Mrs. Nesbit goes thermonuclear. YouTube Poop is a truly beautiful subsector of YouTube. This is where media goes to be reborn, and Toy Story was a very popular piece of media to spice up with the power of editing. If you're a good editor, you can do anything. You can make Woody swear, you can make Buzz jump out the window, you can remake the Smash 64 intro about Toy Story characters. The works of Parmesan Brawler are, in my opinion, the best Toy Story YTPs ever created. All three are masterpieces with the funniest jokes and most novel editing I've ever seen in a YouTube poop. The Reach for the Sky series by O'Brien IV are also great ones, with 2 and 3 being the best parts. But the work of art that is Mrs. Nesbit Goes Thermonuclear by Generic Kenobi is one that truly deserves to be on this list. It only takes 40 seconds for the horror to begin as the troll face is seen. Everything seems regular until we learn of Buzz's true self.
I think the word you're searching for is racist. He's racist.
Not just that, but he actually thinks he's the Bite of 87, one of fiction's scariest moments. Next up, we see Woody consciously use Buzz's laser against his will to kill Combat Carl before even Sid can. It takes a little more time until the next moment of horror happens as we finally get to see Mrs. Nesbit go thermonuclear. And I'm just going to preview some of it to you.
I've set my laser from stun to kill.
I'm saved! I'm saved! Snap out of it, Buzz! I am Mrs. Nesbit.
After Woody is knocked out, he is awoken to Mrs. Nesbit torturing him via waterboarding. The salt is poured into the wound when Buzz seemingly relents. But suddenly...
What?
Woody manages to escape this nightmare until... This YTP is horrifying and more than deserves its spot on the list. Honourable mention time. Bro thinks he's in an edit. I hate this video so much. Why does it have 381 million views and 12 million likes? This one Toy Story treat where Woody and Buzz have their heads swapped by Sid. I think this is quite unnerving, and also, who came up with the name Toy Story Treats? Was it this upload on YouTube? The IMDb poster says Toy Story Shorts and their purpose was to be bumpers for ABC. Where did this name come from? Someone please tell me, I've been thinking about this for ages. Top 10 scary Toy Story theories that'll ruin your childhood. Some of these thumbnails are just absolutely masterful. Is it fair to call these channels content farms? I think so. And the final honourable mention is... Woody vs Evangelion. I've had this image on my phone for a while now and I think it's really funny, so now you have to see it. Number 1. Woody gets shut off. I love this thumbnail so much. This is genuinely my favourite thumbnail ever and has been for the past 7 years. Just an arrow with the text shut off and the picture of Woody with these red robotic eyes is something that will never not be funny to me. And it is only now that I have actually watched this video and found out what theory this could possibly be referring to. And it's so fucking stupid. The shutting down theory is a fever dream-esque concept built on interviews from Tom Hanks and Tim Allen, who said that the ending of Toy Story 4 was very emotional, even more so than the ending of the third film. The prediction is that the villain of the film intends to reveal toy sentience to their kid and succeeds. This causes complete chaos as toys are kept away from kids. The gang needs to find a way to revert this, and the option they decide on is to shut themselves off and become regular toys for good. This is obviously fucking ridiculous, as most toys are not powered by electricity, and why would this fix anything? Unless somehow the act of every toy shutting themselves off causes some kind of Men in Black memory wipe on the human race. Okay, so I know that absolutely no one will believe this, but I predicted the ending of Toy Story 4 from that first teaser trailer. I know, this sounds like a big lie, but I remember seeing those interviews from Tim and Tom and just knowing that Woody was going to leave the gang in Toy Story 4. I remember my 11-year-old self telling my friends in school, and it turns out that, unfortunately, I was right, as Woody leaves all his friends for no reason at the end of Toy Story 4. Which may as well be the true #1 scariest Toy Story moment.